seats up front. All the age-old technique at Kinus, we're recording sessions. Nobody in the room. Just say, come, come. But then anybody who listened, thought that there was a full room. But the truth of the matter is that today, with the flight cancellations and the travel issues, there are a lot of people that weren't able to make it, and it is being recorded and live streamed. So I just want to hope that everybody that made it here in person, to everybody that's watching and that will watch. This really is, a beautiful group of shluchim. And for me, just looking back a short, I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago, when this was all but a dream, and there were a few shluchim that were on the front lines, the lone soldiers in some of the hospitals, and trailblazing on their own and doing it all on their own, and came together to give them their time. See some of them here today, and to be able to turn this into a shluchus that there's a network and a camaraderie and a brotherhood and support for each other, watching the conversations on the WhatsApp groups and seeing how people are there for each other, and one idea comes up, and take a moment to thank the Chabad on Call staff led by Rabbi Goldberg and her team for everything that they've done to make Chabad on Call the extremely successful network, and all the resources that you saw when you walked in over here, that you don't have to invest in. You can just come to all the professional stuff with the material, the people to visit, the stuff that over all the years you couldn't take for granted, and yet the shluchim that did it on their own had to do everything on their own, and now Baruch Hashem, it's all here and available, and if you didn't have a chance to look at it or see it, if you're watching it online, you should follow up, because there's literally a whole plateau of resources that you can use, both for the patients, for the staff at the hospitals, the cultural seminar, and a lot of things that you can implement to make to start off and to do your shluchus on a whole different level. So that way, please take a few minutes when you have a chance and see what you need and get a little bit more information about it. But like I said before, the pleasure to watch the conversations on the WhatsApps and see behind the scenes, the back and forth, and to see the questions and ideas that come up just over the last few years, watching a shliach bring up an idea, that there should be a mishaberach place to submit names. Not every place has a minion. We do mishaberachs, and the Hanukkah hero thing that became something that the tool that shluchim were able to use to promote and highlight, some of the doctors and professionals that have been extremely helpful in a global sense, as well as on a local level. So a lot of these ideas really came from the ground, from the shluchim that were out there. The original ideas came from the shluchim that are out there for a long time, and now Baruch Hashem, as the network grows, and it's close to 100 shluchim that are involved on a meaningful and ongoing basis. These ideas that you see work. That's the beauty of being in the network of Chabad, as we'll call it, is that we don't have to invest too much in research and development. If something's working on the ground and you see that it's working and other shluchim can benefit from it, you can send it back to Rabbi Goldberg, back to the team. And if there's a need to invest a little bit in, making it a little bit more professional and making it usable for everybody, and making it generic that you can customize, this is, what one of the areas that they invest in, and it's extremely meaningful. So don't think that if you have an idea locally and you say, it's just my idea, it's just something that you can share, it really can benefit the entire network of shluchim that are servicing hospitals. So thank you to those that have shared, and thank you to those that are a part of it, and just recall to anyone one more time. If you have something that you see works, whether it's how to get to a doctor or how to become friends with a doctor. I was talking to Shliach of one of the regional Kinus, and he told me how they figured out a little bit of a strategy of how to get, become friends with certain people within the hospital. It gives them access on the long term when people come in and need help getting in. I'll give a shout out to the Mayo Clinic, because we get a lot of great feedback, and this idea came from them to figure out that way. So these types of ideas, as people learn it, we become much stronger through it, and people get to know us a lot better. So we should for that. I think probably one of the greatest accomplishments to date, which is, a COVID gift, we can call it, and I see Rabbi Hazan is here, was the ability that we were able to be an accredited ACPE center, because because of the dynamics of never a virtual ACPE, and it was always a challenge to get the proper credits without men of fault teaching shluchim and having Rabbanim allowing us to get shluchim accredited. And now with Mirz Hashem, there is a course going on, and this is something that we're able to do. It was quite a large investment of time and resources on our part. But I'm proud to say that Baruch Hashem, I forgot it. Please turn off your cell phones. But this really is a great milestone. I mean, that Chabad is an official accreditation center at the ACPE, and we can run our own courses, and we can have our own Rabbanim teach those courses, and then Mirz Hashem with time, people in their jobs in hospitals and have access and all the other things that come along with it. So again, just shout out to Robinson Goldberg and to everybody on the team that was a part of that and that enabled this to happen. In public, take your phone, go to Google the name, and by the way, I knew the answer, but I don't want the next question. But just quickly, also Baruch Hashem, this year we were able to give out grants to 7 new shluchim who made their full-time shluchas hospitals, medical centers or hospices. But more important than the clapping, I really think this is something that can use a little bit more focus from the chevra that are doing this to fellow shluchim or fellow cities that have medical centers or have enough going on that they can bring out a shliach that can do this full time or at least a little bit more than part time and focus on hospitals. A lot of shluchim, it's not okay. But I called it. But if any city that has 2-3 hospitals and has a few hundred Jewish doctors and patients, and it could be a shlichus, it really needs to come from the inside of people sharing how this is a successful shlichus and how this works and how you're helping people in the most critical times of need and all of the other things. I don't have to tell you how to sell it, but I really think that to see the numbers of this network grow to the likes of all the other types of regular shlichus that are out there. I think there's about 800 potential hospitals and centers for there to be shluchim at in North America, just to give you a perspective. So we have a lot of opportunity, and it's an area that we're looking to focus on. And, if any of your fellow shluchim, especially over the Tammuz, are looking to be inspired to open a new Moisef for the 120th year, this is a beautiful opportunity for them. So just want to say again a big yeshakayah for all those who came in person, for all those that are watching, another yeshakayah to the team, and an even bigger yeshakayah to all of the donors that believe in this, both on a local level and a central and global level, that enable us to be able to invest resources into this, because it's not cheap. But Baruch Hashem, the Rebbe sends his people, and I just want to mention them over here: the Yisrael Foundation and the Rohr family, amongst the Eduardo Tisha Zara Foundation, amongst others that support this series of shluchas.
You want to have any chicken soup?
I should give away my donors. So without further ado, Rabbi Rachmiel Rossringer, I think you're going to have to introduce yourself. But I know that he's extremely helpful at calculating Haskell, where he is to many, many shlochim and people that are there. He's always very giving of his time, and he made time to meet with us here today for the benefit of all those that are sitting here and those that are watching and participating. Extremely appreciated.